Alright.
Shalom, brother Kadash.
Shalom, brother Quanah.
We'll start off by giving my praises to
Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai Bahashem Rakakadash.
This camp, don't really know what we're gonna name it, but it's just gonna be on the lines.
You said hold no grudge.
Yeah, hold no grudge, but like something on the lines of teaching out of strife. I think teaching out of strife may be best because that's what we talking about, right? So you can make up an excuse however you want, but we gonna get down to the bottom line is teaching out of strife. Mean competition, contention, all that shit. Is it good or is it bad? Whatever your reason for it, that's your reason. But is it good or bad to teach out of strife and do things out of strife? What does doing things out of strife look? You know, which I ain't gonna really mention no camps or nothing like that, but just look at a lot of camps that's splitting up and stuff like that, right? And look at how fractionalized we are, and how broken up in pieces, and how weak we are as a community, the Hebrew Israelite community, because all the grudges. It's because of grudges. It's because of hate. It's because of strife, and these are all sins, right? It's because of pride. Well, my leaders are the top leaders. I believe my leaders are the men of the Lord. Then this other camp believe that they leaders are the men of the Lord. And then what does that cause? That causes competition. Because we want to be right that our leaders are the men of the Lord. You want to be right that your leaders are the men of the Lord. So we going to compare each other and talk shit about each other. And then that's contention. And that's strife. Striving against each other. Right? Which I honestly believe that it's agents that's a part of the camp. So the agent ain't the dude that come down to your camp and stand around the little guy. That's not the agent. The agents, true, real agents are the dudes that's in high position. Have y'all seen the movie Judas and the Black Messiah? The agents get in high positions. The agents are the ones doing everything right that everybody loved, that nobody could never tell that was an agent. That's a good agent, you know what I mean? You know, so they getting paid money. The government got to pay agents money and shit like that. And they got training. They not going to be the dude that come down to your camp all dumb, you know what I mean, trying to join the camp, don't really know nothing, you know what I mean, getting in trouble because he's rebelling in there. That's not an agent. That's just a Jake. You see what I'm saying? The agent is the dude that's an elder, that's in a high position, that's giving out orders, that's controlling things and keeping us divided and conquered. You see what I'm saying? You got that.
Strife, definition. Angry or bitter disagreement over fundamental issues or conflict.
Right, so fundamental issues go back to like doctrine issues.
Yeah.
Disagreement and conflicts. Bitter, angry. You can't sit around all day and do all this strife stuff, like, because there's a difference, like, okay, if you get on a video and you say something the spirit led you, you know what I mean, you say some things on a video compared to putting brothers' faces on videos, saying brothers' names, talking about brothers' camps by name, and you're naming them out, name dropping. Now what do you think's gonna come back from that? If you sit around all day and you talk about Vocab Malone, right? Then when he pops up in front of your camp to challenge you now you want to play crybaby. You want to be the crybaby and play victim and talk about calling the police. But you sitting around on the internet talking about them all day. If you sitting up talking about IUIC all day, then IUIC starts storming your camps and coming down to your camps, right? To break. They ain't putting their hands on nobody, nothing like that. They ain't trying to take your camp or nothing, your territory. They just coming down there to contend with the truth with you. Since you keep talking. Now when they come down, now you talking about calling police, or you don't want to debate them. So if you don't want to do that, then stop talking on the videos. That's just like if I'm a rapper, right? And I'm dissing my ops. Then when I get in the streets, my ops try to spray up my car. Then I'll complain and calling the police on them, right? Like, why they trying to kill me? They trying to do a drive-by on me. They try to shoot at me. But then I get back on this rap song and I'm talking about them. My ops could die, this and that.
Right.
They gonna call you a snitch, a coward, and they gonna say, if you don't want that smoke, stop talking about it. Stop dissing your ops. You see what I'm saying? You can't have it both ways. So we know calling the police, right? That's why I say I don't know where a lot of these guys come from, but they don't come from the streets, because we know calling the police ain't there to help you. The police are not there to help us. So we can't call the police on a bunch of white boys and expect the police to pull up and help us.
Right.
They gonna pull up in defense of the white boys, even though we call them, they gonna be against us. We just had a girl in Springfield, Illinois, you can look it up. She just got shot and killed by the police. right? Now she called them because she thought somebody was breaking in her house, so she called them in the defense of her, of the defense of her, and they came in and shot her in the head. So we just had that happen. How you doing? Yep. So we just had that happen. So what's that precept where it talks about that's in the Apocrypha, never trust your enemy?
Yeah.
Can you get that real quick?
Mm-hmm. What's that? Ecclesiastes 12.
Yep. Ecclesiastes 12. You Sirach 12.
Yeah.
Sirach 12. But it talks about never trust.
Ecclesiasticus chapter 12.
Yeah. And you just gotta find it. It might be down like
verse 10.
Right. Yeah. So it talks about never trusting your enemy. So this is what we're saying. Like we just pleading with our brothers to wake up, man. I get it, bro, because like I've been in it too. I've been in the part where I was looking up to this man, these leaders, these elders that's been in the truth longer, right? We give them credit where credit's deserved, and we do respect them because they're elders, right? But I've been in that, right? And I seen how you started to man worship. I seen that, but we just open your eyes up and saying, look, is this a fact or not? Yay or nay? You see what I'm saying? Is it okay to teach out of strife? Yes or no? Right? Now, if your leader is telling you to call the police, right? This is how you know you're man worshiping. If it's wrong for us to call the police, because we finna break it down, right? Then if your leader is telling you to do it, then that means that he's going off and he's wrong. Now, if you don't tell him that he's going off or you don't get away from him, that means you're man worshiping. Nobody that is man worshiping gonna come out and say, yeah, I'm man worshiping. Right. Of course you all gonna deny it. Same thing that happened with Yahweh ben Yahweh. You had a whole bunch of guys that was man worshiping him, saying that he was the Messiah. You see what I'm saying? But you couldn't go up to them and be like, look, y'all man worshiping him. No, of course you're not going. Of course you're going to deny it because you're in denial. Because you're going based off your feelings. Now, we were able to snap out of the feeling shit, and then we start going off the logic and the truth of the Lord. So the truth is, and what we see, right, and with experience, is calling the law is never good for us. Right. It's something that shouldn't be done, because for you to call the law, now you got to put a little bit of trust in your enemy. Never trust your enemy, man. They're set up to go against us.
What's that other one where it says never put a king over who outside of the nation? I feel like that.
That's in Deuteronomy 28. You just gotta find. That's in Deuteronomy 28, verse 30 something on down or something like that. But that's the point though, right? So we know coming from the streets, right? It don't matter, mom. If you and dad get to fighting, hey, don't call the police on pops. Hey, we gotta handle it a different way. Call you know what I mean? Call his brother. Call your brother. Call your dad. Don't call the police. You see what I'm saying? Because they gonna pull up shooting. You see what I'm saying? If you with a white girl, that should already be a talk that y'all have. Don't never call the police on you. You see what I'm saying? Because who they gonna take to jail? The black dude.
No matter what the situation.
You see what I'm saying? So same thing. If you out here teaching the truth, man, and these these guys like Vocab Malone come up to your camp, well then the way I'm gonna look at it is it's spiritual that the Lord led them up to the camp for this. I'm not gonna call the police on them. The Lord led them up to the camp, so we finna deal with it. We gonna stand out here like warriors, you know, with armor on. Whatever they throw at us, we cutting it down. And we can stand out here all day, all night, because this is what the Lord set up. You see what I'm saying? We can battle to midnight about this truth. You see what I'm saying? If Vocab Malone come down here right now, whether we equip or not to take them on, we gonna stand strong. You know what I mean? Like two lions. They want to take us out the game. You see what I'm saying? We gonna stand strong the best we can. We not running. We not finna call no 911. Just imagine a Hebrew Israelite calling 911. You know better than the camps that you say they got the 50C3, whatever the shit's called.
Yeah.
They working with the government, you're working with the government. So how ironic is you going around telling people they agents with no proof, just saying they're agents. Y'all turn out to be the agents because y'all the police, because y'all working with them. So who really the agents?
They
If
know
you call
you by
them
name and
police,
shit.
yeah, you got to make police reports and press charges and shit like that. So I disagree with that, but at the same time I agree. If you don't want to deal with them, you ain't got to deal with them. Me, if it was up to me, we wouldn't be dealing with none of these other religions, nothing like that. We'd just be focused on the Hebrew Israelite thing in our own little community. We ain't even debating with them clowns. We don't want to talk to them clowns. We don't want to do nothing if it was up to me. But at the same time, I'm not calling the law, because we know that the law is set up against us. And then if they keep coming down, y'all keep calling the police every time they come out to your camp. What you think the police eventually gonna do? That's what's that precept where it says, "Be blameless."
Harmless as a dove.
But it talks about so the truth is not blame.
Oh yeah.
Roughly paraphrasing it.
Yeah, be blameless.
Right. It's something like don't bring shame or blame to the truth. I'm roughly paraphrasing it. But if you keep calling the police, then what are you going to do? Eventually, you're going to they going to start looking into y'all group more. We keep getting calls from this group. We keep getting arguments on the street. You know what I mean? Let's go and lobby for a new law to stop this street teaching. Or let's start giving out fines. You know what I mean? Police will come back and then they'll start giving out fines now. Well, it's just when the police come down, they're not going to take vocab Malone them to jail. They're going to come down and say what's going on. They're going to sit around and see what's going on. And they're going to say, hey, this is getting out of control. You guys can't do this no more here. Then they're going to make y'all leave and stop teaching. And then if they catch y'all doing it, then they're going to start coming down and giving fines. Disturbing the public and giving y'all fines for doing this. And then if y'all out there and they see y'all out there, y'all just teaching to the lost sheep of the house of Israel, the children of Israel, they gonna still come down and mess with y'all. Because now they gonna have an eye on y'all. So it's never good calling the police. You see what I'm saying? And if you teach out of strife, which going back to our topic, that's what you're gonna get. You're gonna get strife. Just like remember the elder in South Carolina. He was teaching, his whole page is teaching out of strife. That's how he built his, which I get and I know what he's doing because that's what I do in the race car game. Just strife and contention, and that makes you more popular. I get it, right? So his whole camp, and then you remember the buff dude that came down the camp and that had confronted him was in his face?
Yeah.
That's what that's going to bring. Because you on the internet talking all out like you the baddest dude in the world. You making 1,000 videos, but then you don't want to debate. You say you got the truth, but when it's being tested, or the Lord brings these Edomites to come test it, you don't want to test. You want to say nah. You want to call the police. So dude came to camp. Now, good thing ain't nothing happened, but something could have happened. But that's what you get when you teach out of contempt. You're provoking them, right? You got to read them.
Yeah, this is Ecclesiastes 12, verse 10. Never trust thine enemy, for like as iron rusted, so is his wickedness.
Right, so never trust the police, man. You trust the police that they're going to pull up and you call the police on them and the police going to press charges on them. That's you trust the police. Just like I said, there was a lady here that just got killed. She trusted the police that they was going to pull up to help her figure out who was trying to break in her house. And she ended up getting shot in the head and killed. Never trust the enemy.
Verse 11. Though he humble himself and go crouching, yet take good heed and beware of him. And thou shalt be unto him as if thou hadst wiped a looking glass, and thou shalt know that his rest hath not been altogether wiped away. So, in other words, don't trust the kind and the kindness and the niceness that he's presenting to you, you know, upon approach. You see what I'm saying? All of that is just a cover up.
Cover up. In his heart, when he looking at you, hey, come on, bro. What is we talking about here? I used to see General, what's his name, General Hashar,
Yeah.
back to back, downtown, middle of New York, taking on Edomites, taking on Ishmaelites, taking on Hamites, taking on Moabites with a sword down there all night battling. You know what I mean? I ain't never hear him say, hey, we finna call police on y'all.
He was letting their ass know.
Like what is we talking about? We talking about you calling the police, they pull up, they gonna see a lot of people up there, so they gonna call for backup, right? And anything can happen. They can shoot anybody. That's how the police roll, right?
Yeah.
You talking about calling the police coming up to the camp, right? And seeing you out there with a garment with fringes on, with Bibles in your hand, black man, so-called black man. What do you think? You think that's a good idea?
They're crazy. They say, I mean, this is Deuteronomy 17, verse 15. Thou shalt in any wise set him king over thee. That's what you're doing when you call the police on one of your brothers, whether they in the truth or not. You setting whether you realize it or not, you setting a king over him.
Because that's authority.
Yeah.
You calling them that, and we call police, they got authority over you in locality.
Whom the Lord thy God shall choose, one from among thy brethren, shalt thou set king over thee. Thou mayest not set a stranger over thee, which is not thy brother. Plain and simple.
Right. So you already got an order set up with different authority levels. So if he come up, why not call your authority, your elder, your camp leader, or your aerial leader? Right. I mean, we see that used to happen with authority, right? If like Hassad or somebody was handling something, if it got a little bit too wild, his authority would step in, which was Al-Azhar. He'd step in and take over. You know what I mean? But you calling the white man as your authority. Now he got authority over you, your camp leader.
Exactly. Yeah, and that stands on your point, because now he got authority over you. So if you call him, then that's who you look to as your higher power.
Right.
So
I thought you had a camp leader. He's supposed to be your higher power. Why are you looking at the white man as your higher power?
And this was so crazy. The elders is the one who gave that authority.
Pick up, right? And then talking about pick up and leave. We contending with the faith. Everything is done by. And see, this goes back to the topic of this. That's you teaching out of Strife, talking about everybody, making videos about everybody, calling everybody, slandering everybody. The Lord is causing that strife to come to you now. You can't. And then when it comes to you, you don't want nothing to deal with it. It don't feel good. You don't like it now. Talking about pick up and leave. We are Hebrew Israelites.
Yeah, we standing firm.
We not finna pick up our camp and leave.
Before we leave.
Right, we not finna pick up our camp and leave. Right. Look how weak
this what we do.
The Lord said, be of good strength. He said, be not afraid. You pick it up. Imagine you picking up the 12 tribes chart, your camera, shutting it off, and leaving. You supposed to stand there strong and contend for the faith. You being tested. You should live for the day. You should be happy the day they come down and test you and you get to stand like a warrior for the truth. What is we talking about?
Yeah, because this shit not dying down. Because at that point, then what? What is it dying down? Are y'all tired of defending the ministry? I mean, because he obviously ain't tired of harassing y'all.
He coming. And he coming with scriptures to debate y'all. He ain't coming to put hands on y'all or nothing. Like, what is we doing here? See, that's how you know when the MOTB comes, a lot of brothers gonna fold. You folding when Christians come to debate you, you're folding. Talking about calling police and leaving and shit. You think you ain't gonna fold when a chip come and you can't buy, sell, or eat, or drink, or live in society? Come on, man. What was we talking? And we've been saying that a lot of these guys, they just intergroup in the internet. They don't really know what they got themselves into. They don't come from the streets like we do. They don't really know the severity of things and what could happen. Because if you know what can happen, you would never say call the police. Because you could call the police and they could come up and shoot somebody in the camp. And then you're going to feel guilty because, like, damn, we called the police. You see what I'm saying? We the ones that called them. Come on, bro. This is Leviticus 19:17, back on topic. Thou shalt not hate thy brother in thy heart. Thou shalt in any wise rebuke thy neighbor and suffer not sin upon him. Right? But are we supposed to just get on the internet and take cheap shots by making videos? No, when you rebuke your brother, you got to have a personal conversation with him. Face to face, on the phone at least. Not just I made a video and I'm just assuming a lot of shit in the video that he come back and make his video. You ain't doing that for really your brother. You doing that for you, just to get clout or meet your quota or get views. You know what I mean? Because you see it all the time. When one brother gets exposed in the camp, then all the other brothers start popping up with brothers they exposed and brothers they picking to expose. You see what I'm saying? So I learned, like, if you want to be a part around brothers, you got to be like 100% by the book. Don't mingle with them. They not really your real brothers. They not really your real friends. Don't be all on that extra shit with them. It's like being at a job. Right. You see what I'm saying? Right. Just like when you was at the job, the Edomites. Right. You knew not to mingle with them, none of that shit. You just dare to do your job.
What's up, man?
What's up? What's going on, man? We just down here teaching the truth. You heard about the Hebrew Israelites?
No, not really.
You never heard of Hebrew Israelites?
I heard of them.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna say everybody done heard about the Hebrew Israelites by now. Yeah, but you know the story. We just believe that we are the 12 tribes of the Israel. We are.
Y'all smoke?
You said, do we smoke?
Buy a cigarette or something?
Oh no, we can't even smoke, man. That goes back to the laws. We just try to follow the laws of the Lord.
Oh yeah, somebody told me about that yesterday.
What you think about it though? You know what I mean? Think it's good or?
They got too many laws, man. Y'all probably got 100-some laws, right?
It's like 600 something, but like.
Whoa.
But don't you think we need something to unify each other?
Not that many laws.
But look, like you talk about Springfield, right? So you know like a couple games. Are you from here?
No, I'm from Chicago.
You been here a while? Okay, so you from Chicago, right? So what was Chicago? GDs?
Everything. GDs,
right.
White Floor, Stones.
So you had GD. Who was the leader of GDs? That was Larry Hoover, right? So even Larry Hoover was using the laws that's found in the Bible. He was using that, the literature. They call it literature, right? What do you think some of those literatures was? Those was laws from the Bible.
Oh yeah, all the laws, man. Everybody used laws from the Bible.
Right. So when Larry Hoover had it, he had things more organized. So you would say like during that time they were way more organized and together and unified, right?
Structure.
Right, structured. So when he went to jail after that, all hell broke loose. You got GDK, BDK,
Nah, he been in jail since I was born.
Yeah. So, but when he was out on the streets, things were more structured, right? We can agree with that, right?
I doubt it.
But he had laws though.
Yeah, he had laws, but it wouldn't be structured because you know what I'm saying. He ain't been free since I've been alive.
Yeah.
Do you know one law out of the Bible? Like do you can you state one law out of the Bible?
Yeah.
You can't not trying to like test you or nothing. I'm just trying to
Like thou shalt not kill.
right.
Yeah.
So now
That's a good thing, right?
Yeah, that's a good thing.
Because that's gonna unify us.
Exactly.
You see what I'm saying? You got all these gangs running around. We killing each other. We supposed to be on the same team, competing against the other nations.
That's not.
All right. What about
nowadays,
Let me
man,
ask
they ain't got no laws about this.
So how would you unify black people? So-called black people. Us to come together as a people so we could compete against other nations. Because you know when the Asians come to America, they unify together and they compete against us in the hood. They open up.
First we gotta own something.
Right, but how do we do that?
First we gotta
Because how do the Asians, how do the Jewish...
taking all that money that they just throwing away and investing in the community.
Right.
Right there, the store right there.
It
man.
used to be a store right there to shut up.
If you got it, it's still a store. If you want it, you know what I'm saying? You got it. You can open a chicken shack. You know what I'm saying? A chicken shack will provide, you know what I'm saying, a lot of things for downtown because ain't this area right here is not ain't no food in the area.
But
they got Amtrak and they got Amtrak and they ain't got no food right there.
And I agree with you, but can you do that as an individual or do you need to do it as a people? Because the girl that was at that store right there, she shut down. She couldn't afford it. Doing things as an individual, you know, the Arabs.
They didn't support it.
Exactly. So that means being unified together. But how do we unify together? So would this be a good thing if we try to come together as a people, right? To say, hey, look, y'all don't sleep with each other's wives. Because if you sleep with his wife, he gonna want to kill you. Right? Isn't that a good thing?
You got to get a foundation first.
And that's what we talk about. And that's what the law say, hey, look, don't kill each other, right? Because just like if you got a house and you got 3 brothers and you got a dad, he gives the 3 brothers laws. Don't kill each other.
Don't kill each other, but they gotta have something to state the laws because.
And that's the Bible.
If you don't own nothing and you ain't worth nothing, and you ain't doing nothing for the community, can't nobody support you.
You can't own nothing until you come together, though.
But then you gotta have laws. You gotta have foundations. Then laws.
But the foundation is the law. Just like if you got a house, you got kids. You got sons?
No, the foundation is not the law because first you find the foundation and then you get laws for it.
Do you got sons? You got sons? Okay, so you teach your sons foundational things, right? You teach your sons.
I gotta make sure that they're comfortable. Like that's the foundation. Being comfortable. Knowing that you can get laws for this foundation.
Right.
But you can't have no foundation. And then you can't have no law without foundation because it ain't no laws for nothing.
But check this out: you can have a foundation, you can have a castle, but if you ain't got laws, it could come to an end.
You gotta get the castle first.
But even if you got it and you ain't got laws, it come to an end.
You gotta get the castle.
But how do you get the castle?
Because you can't tell somebody like, man, you can't do this, you can't do that, and you ain't have nowhere to stand. You know what I'm saying? You gotta have laws for something. I'm not debating with you.
No, it's good. But how do I get a castle? I can't just walk and just say, give me a castle. I gotta have some laws that's going to benefit me. Like if you talk about economy, I gotta have a way I do things.
You can't buy a castle with laws. You can't buy a castle with laws.
Hey, can I read you something? This Leviticus 19 verse 15. Tell me what you think about this. Ye shall not do unrighteousness in judgment. Thou shalt not respect the person of the poor, nor honor the person of the mighty. But in righteousness thou shalt judge thy neighbor.
That's the foundation. The foundation is, hey, if y'all 2 brothers start fighting.
That sounds like laws too.
Yeah.
The
That's
laws
not
is
like
the
law.
foundation.
But then they gotta have foundation, just like
That is
if
the
you
foundation.
own a foster care, right, foster home, right,
Yeah.
you can't have no laws without kids. You know what I'm saying? You gotta have
That's
a
not
space.
true.
You gotta have space for the kids before you teach them laws.
Before you even get
You gotta
before
say
you even get kids.
this place you
That's not true, brother.
gotta clean up.
No, the state
You gotta-
gonna tell you before you even get kids, they gonna give you laws. Before you even get a license, they gonna give you laws to that license. Before you even get approved for license, anything, even if you buy a house, before you even buy a house, guess what comes? Laws. If you buy this house, you got property tax. If you buy this house, you got HOA fees. If you buy this house, you got to put the utilities in your name. You got laws before you even get a license.
That's what laws is. Pay utilities.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
So
You
the
gotta
fu-
have utilities before you pay utilities.
So what's the foundation of America then? Laws.
I mean,
You can't drive without a license.
now the
You can't do this, do
foundation,
that.
that's why they say they founded America.
They
You know what I'm
didn't.
saying? They gotta find it before they have laws. You know
Now
what
look,
I'm saying?
so what did you take out of that precept I just read? Before you go, just answer that question.
That's just laws. You just read laws. man.
But you don't think the laws will unify us though? Having laws?
Yeah, you can't do nothing without laws,
Right.
but you gotta have a foundation. I can't just tell you, man, you can't walk here, and I don't own it. You know what I'm
You
saying?
gotta own it, man. It's in the spirit. You don't think the spirit is more
It's
important than
about
physical
unity,
things?
bro. You're trying to.
If,
I understand
if
that.
you took black people and put them in the desert, what would you do? If you was the leader of black people and you took them and put them in the desert, what would you do? Just let everybody do what they want to do?
What?
Huh?
I'm
How would you
tell
lead black
somebody-
people? Yeah.
I'm tell somebody what to do in the desert, and I don't own it.
Yes.
I can't.
For survive, if you took all black people,
you gotta. I gotta
and you
tell
the
somebody
leader.
to find some water.
I'm saying you the leader. I'm saying you the leader,
And then
right?
I'll be the leader or something.
No, I'm saying you already elected as the leader.
What makes
all
me the
black
leader?
people.
What makes me the leader?
No, I'm just saying.
That's what
I'm not
saying.
saying you are. I'm just saying.
I found water. That's what made me the leader.
No,
That's my
not true.
foundation. You know what I'm saying?
No.
Because
The
I'm gonna
spirit.
lead you to
The spirit.
Because you can find the water.
The spirit.
Everybody thirsty.
And they
now
can
you
just
got
take-
everybody just at the water pot.
I'll
Yeah.
get-
You see what I'm saying? Like
I
everybody
find
lacking
water
water.
first.
No.
Find it first.
But your mind though, it's not about.
Your mind
It's not about.
You own some everything. Man.
But
Your
you was
mind-
but you was smart enough to find it.
I
That's
got
the
some
spirit.
shit on the stove,
Okay, man. All right, man.
I told y'all, man.
Hey, man, I started to you too. But you know, we saying though, like he on the physical part, but you got to see the spiritual part. If he found the water, that's the physical aspect. But what about him? He not looking at, okay, maybe the Lord led his heart or led his spirit to find the water. You see what I'm saying? We want to give credit to the council. We want to say, well, before you could dictate things and give out laws, you gotta basically say you gotta be rich, you gotta own something, you gotta have power. It makes sense, okay? If Lil Durk was to come to Springfield, all the black people, most of the black people here, if he came downtown and said, hey, look, y'all come join me, they all come down. We said that, right?
Yeah.
If Beyonce was down here teaching the truth, everybody would be down here listening. It'd be a concert. They have to show. We get that though. But we see that though. We see there's a Beyonce. We see there's a Jay-Z. We see there's a Oprah. We see they got money, but we still in captivity. So that can't be the answer.
Right.
Because it's black people that got a lot of money. So it's not about getting the money first. It's more about the spirit, and that's what Jake don't see.
The
you know?
laws.
Yeah, they
The
look
laws.
at the corner.
Because you got a lot of people who got money but lack structure.
Yep.
You see what I'm saying? If you lack structure, then what happened?
Yep.
The money disappeared.
Yep.
You see what I'm saying? So when I read that precept to him, when they said that thou shalt not honor the poor or the rich, so to speak, it's just saying everybody got to be treated the same. If it's your brother, you see what I'm saying? You can't treat him better because he a billionaire and then treat me like shit because I'm not. You see what I'm saying?
Right. And but that's what's keeping us in captivity, because just like he said, he thinking that, okay, you got to get power first,
Yeah.
and then you can give out laws. No, you got to follow the laws to get the power. So he got it backwards, bro. I'm trying to tell him, like, no, you can't get to a power point without laws. Like when Ishmael come over here, when the Arabs come over here, they not just coming out over here with no laws, no, really coming with the Quran, Islam, and everything. They got an order, they got a way that they do things. Now they follow that, so they come unified, and then in return, they're able to get power around the city. You see what I'm saying? Because they're unified. The unity is what got the spirit of the law is unity, man. What is the law, statutes, commandments about? Us unifying, right? So They get power because they came unified. Esau was able to take over America because he came unified. As far as the Native Americans, they were fractionalized. They weren't unified. So that's why they were losing against this white man that came over to America. Same thing with us in the truth. Let's go back to the topic of this camp. You know, we got to be more unified, and then we'll be more powerful and more effective at waking up the elect. Us being fractionalized and divided, it makes us conquer, it makes us weaker. So then vocab Malone could come up against one camp, boom, and then take that camp out to the point where they talking about calling police, they don't want to deal with it. Because we're weak, because we're not unified, man. So that's what Jake got to understand. Unity comes first. The laws, the structure, the foundation comes first before you get the power. Right?
Yeah, come on.
It's not the other way around. You never gonna happen, bro. I've been in business. I know how this shit work, bro. I've been in business and I've been seen. The people at the top of our business that's the most successful in the business I'm in, it's the people that or have some type of unify or they have power in numbers. Corporations are bigger than LLCs, right?
Yeah.
Corporations are more successful than LLCs, right? Because your power is in unity, not in the individual things. That's why corporations are bigger than, like, you know, a regular LLC, personal LLC. So that's the thing we're teaching. We have more power when we come together and unify. You know, why do certain races got more power in the city? Because they come together. They come together to vote. They come together shit with the police. They're together with the judges. You know, that's their team. We got to come together. And then that's where we will have power. It's just that simple, man. And the Lord, that's why we still in captivity, because the Lord waiting for us to get that right, to see that. Unify, stupids. I want y'all to come together. Didn't the Lord say in Ezekiel 37, He's going to put us together as one stick and make us one? It's about unity. And then you can't say, well, we can't unify with the wicked. We can't unify with the 2/3. This is only for the elect. But didn't the Lord say, let the wheat grow with the tares? He didn't say worry about that. He said, let the wheat grow with the tares. He's going to burn the tares up. Yeah, I don't get it, man.
Yeah, he just, you could tell that the brother, he just lacked any kind of, well, I won't say he lacked any kind of spiritual aspect, but he like a lawless individual. He don't think laws like, and that's the spirit of Jake. You see what I'm saying? That's why we in the position that we in, because just as a people spiritually, we don't like law, we don't like authority. You see what I'm saying? But we more subject to authority of people of other nations than we is of our own people. And that's why we always so easy to be conquered. You see what I'm saying?
And it's sad.
Yeah, so I had went into this gas station, this Arab gas station this morning, and the brother was buying like a juice, some type of juice or something. I guess the way he was making it seem, he was making it seem that he buy this all the time. Just yesterday he bought it was this price, and now today he coming in, it was like $1 or $2 more. He's like, man, I just was in here yesterday, I just bought this for this much. Now you telling me it's this much? But he still ended up paying for it though. Now, and then the thought that came to my mind was, now let this would have been a black-owned store, and the nigga tried that with him, he would have probably burnt the store down.
Or shot him.
Or shot him. Or, yeah, you see what I'm saying? Now, but since it comes from another nation, we just so subject to just forfeit any type of aggression, any type of, or anything when it comes down to these other nations. But for us, it's no law. You see what I'm saying? It's lawless. We ain't got no limit to how we treat each other.
He said, that's 100-some laws. That's a lot. Esau got thousands of laws. But it's okay that Esau got thousands and thousands of laws. But then when we say it's like 600-some laws, that's too many.
Yeah.
Like, come on, man.
I gotta appreciate
I seen the Arab too. It was like 2 of them. See, they always teamed up.
Yeah.
It was like 2 or 3 of them. They was finna whoop a brother. They was chasing them down the street. I seen them. I was driving by. They was squaring up and stuff like that. And the brother was squaring up, moving by. And Ishmael, 2 Arabs, they was chasing them down, trying to square up with them and fight them and stuff like that. And he was outnumbered. So I had to pull the window down. I was like, leave him alone. And then they looked up and was like, and then turned around and went back in. Because we more powerful together. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Rather than just, man, I don't know, that nigga finna get whooped. This finna be funny and just let Ishmael get out there and beat on my brother. No, I was gonna pull over. What y'all doing? I don't care what he did to y'all. This my brother. Y'all not finna sit here and jump him. I don't care if he took something out the store.
Why you think Tupac started getting into the trouble he got into? He was driving by, he seen 2 cops beating up on a black man and got out and shot one of them.
Yep. But then
and beat the case.
That's that spirit of Moses right there.
You see what I'm saying?
Because Moses did that.
Yeah,
we want to talk about it, but then they say Tupac wasn't really a gangster. He the biggest gangster. He shot the police. Fuck y'all did. But all the other little clowns that just ready to shoot a nigga because they gonna get away with it, they gangsters. But Tupac wasn't really a gangster. He the biggest gangster. Fuck y'all talking about? They had to take him out, guys.
This Proverbs 24, verse 5. A wise man is strong. Yeah, a man of knowledge increaseth strength. For by wise counsel thou shalt make thy war, and in multitude of counselors there is safety. So that order what he was talking about, which he didn't feel like he needed. You see what I'm saying? That order, because you gotta have people in position.
Right.
That's why when a brother asked him, like, okay, if you had a whole bunch of people, if you had a whole bunch of followers and you led them into the desert and you found water, you ain't gonna set no type of limit,
structure,
no type of structure. Everybody's just gonna be at the water hole and just absorbing this shit, and then guess what? The water gonna run out.
They gonna get the water dirty because you ain't tell them how to get the water out. They just everybody gonna jump in the water, then it's gonna be contaminated. Now can't nobody drink it. You gotta have some type of order which shows you what type of leader he'll be.
Exactly.
He just thinking like, well, we gotta get something. You got black people that got, if they put their money together, they probably got trillions of dollars. So it ain't about just getting something. It's deeper than that, man. This is back in Leviticus 19. I gotta finish up verse 18. Get that Philippians one. This is verse 18. Thou shalt not avenge. He said something about me on a video. I'm gonna go say something about him on a video. That's avenging, man. A lot of brothers are gonna be guilty of these laws, man. It says, nor bear any grudges. Mark him. When you mark him, you're bearing a grudge against him. You're holding a grudge against him. Mark him, slander his name, and don't talk to him and excommunication him. You holding a grudge against him. Right? Or getting on this video and be like, man, this dude, Bishop Nate, he did this in 1999. He was doing that. You holding a grudge since 1999 about some shit he did. Right? But that's a sin, because this is a law. Against the children of thy people, but thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself, as I am the Lord. That's what it's about. Loving each other, unifying together. Simple, man. Simple.
You don't know? Yeah. This Philippians 1, verse 13. So that my bonds in Yahushua are manifest in all thy palace and in all other places. And many of the brethren in the Lord, waxing confident by my bonds, are much more bold to speak the word without fear. Some indeed preach Yahushua even of envy and strife, and some also of goodwill.
Right, break that down.
Yeah, so it say it's people out here preaching, using the Lord's name in vain. Yeah. Preaching trying to preach the gospel to keep us separate or divided.
Right.
And there's some people that's out here preaching this word for goodwill. Sincerely.
Like really trying to wake brothers up, really trying to be a real brother to brothers. Not just a fake brother, we just camp brothers. But we ain't really real brothers. I'm not really there for you. A person can't be your real brother if y'all get in a disagreement and y'all been kicking at y'all brothers, and then you get in a disagreement with somebody else and now he excommunicates you, he won't message you no more, he ain't fucking with you. That's not your real brother. He was never that happened to me before. Niggas is fake. That let you know this just some camp shit there. Y'all not really real brothers. Because if you're real brothers, even if I got into it with so-and-so, you will still be checking in like, okay, hey, I think you was wrong on that. I fuck with you, my brother and shit, but yeah, you was wrong when it came to hey man, we can get this shit
what that problem is?
Not excommunicating, fuck that nigga. You was never my real brother.
And that problem is because people don't cherish the relationship that they have with brothers.
Niggas is competing to get in positions. Yeah. They look good in front of this elder. They not really your real friend.
Exactly. Because if you really respect and really sincerely cared about the relationship y'all have, that'll be the last thing you will want.
Right.
I mean, it's a precept that I just heard a brother bring out. I don't know which one it is because it's my first time hearing it. But it was saying like, true friendships, once they separated, should be as if somebody died.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Like, that's how you should feel if you really fuck with him like that and y'all was really brothers. And then it come a point in time where y'all not talking, you'd be like, damn. I ain't like, you see what I'm saying? That should make you feel like some type of like deep feeling in your, you see what I'm saying? That's how that shit, that's real. Right. You see what I'm saying? Because that's not what you wanted. Or But if you never cared about it, then it'll just be like, shit, I don't know, fuck him.
Right.
See
And
what
that
I
just
mean?
show your true intentions. Because even a brother going off, you can keep some communication. You're just gonna tell him, hope that he might not get it for a month. It may take 2-3 months for him to get it. He might snap out of it, but like, oh damn, Aki was right.
Right.
You gotta be patient. You can't just, oh, I'm done fucking with him. Oh, this dude told me, if this your real brother, how could this dude tell you, is he more your brother than I'm your brother?
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Like, shit weird, but this is Proverbs 17, verse 19. He loveth transgression that loveth strife. You love his sin if you love strife, man. Your whole channel is about exposing somebody to be an agent, going against this group, going against that group. You're teaching out of strife, man. You're not helping what the Lord wants us to do, which is keep the law, statutes, commandments. How the hell we gonna keep the law? You gonna keep the law, statutes, commandments with 2,000 people that's a part of your group? That's it. This shit way bigger than that, man. This way bigger than that. The Lord wants us to keep law, statutes, commandments with all of us, the children of Israel, man. So and see, that's why I said the agents are the people that's in power positions, that's been around for a long time. The agents, the ones that been working the case for 10 years, 15 years, been in the truth. They doing that shit on purpose, man, because they set up to do that, to keep strife going amongst the camps so they don't unify and have power.
Yeah.
That's how Esau not trying to infiltrate you and then take you to jail. He's just infiltrating you to keep you down, to keep them from unifying. And Esau's already succeeding at it, man. Your whole channel is about strife. And then it says, he loveth transgression that loveth strife. And he that exalteth his gate seeketh destruction. You exalt your gate. We the top man. We the man of the Lord. We the top man on the earth. We're the elders. You learn from us. That's exalting your gate, man.
Right.
Can you get that in Matthews real quick? Precept. Yeah, that was in Matthews real quick. Yeah. 23:11. You exalting your gate, man. To say, well, we better than you. You got this from us. We the top guys. We got authority. The Lord set up man. We're those men. That's you exalting your gate, and then you're going to go teach out of strife about it. Because anybody else that say that they people the elders or they people the leaders, you gonna get on them if they don't speak what you speak. If they not giving praises to your elders, then you gonna make a video on them about strife and how they going off, how they wicked, how they ain't got the truth, what's gonna happen to them, make some bug outs. Get that one right there.
This is Matthew 23, verse 11. But he that is greatest among you shall be your servant.
Can you get a couple verses up?
Yeah, I'll start at verse 9. Matthew 23, verse 9. And call no man your father upon the earth, for one is your Father which is in heaven.
Yeah.
Neither be ye called masters, for one is your master, even Yahushua.
This is about Yahweh Shai, man. Right? This ain't about your camp leader and man that the Lord set up, man. We gonna find out when the Lord comes. And then it's not like that. It's not like the Lord set 2-3 people up and then we gotta know. This time Yahweh Shai is gonna come back. And he gonna be the king. He gonna be the one that we follow, that the nation follow. He gonna play the part of Moses when he comes back. It's not like 2-3 dudes set up and then all of Israel gotta come under these 2-3 dudes. Kind of like what happened during the time of Moses. No, Yahweh Shai is gonna be that. Not your favorite leader. Keep going.
Verse 11. But he that is greatest among you shall be your servant.
So this is the spirit that the Lord said you gotta come in. Okay, you saying you the greatest, you the elder, everybody got this from you. The one that's the greatest supposed to be the servant, not the other way. We're not supposed to be serving the greatest one, like King David time or King Solomon time. You supposed to be the one putting in the most work to help brothers get it.
Verse 12. And whosoever shall exalt himself shall be abased.
He said, if you exalt yourself and say you the top man in the world, you the leaders, you the elders, you the man of the Lord, say you should be abased, because that's the spirit Yahweh Shai came in. He had the most power on earth when he was walking. But he come in that spirit like, I got the most power, I could destroy the Roman Empire. No, he came, he was healing people, bringing people back to life, feeding people. Yahweh Shai had to be eating last sometimes. Like, let me feed all the disciples, let me feed them first, and then let me eat last. He was coming in that spirit.
And he that shall humble himself shall be exalted. That's that one who gonna come, with that open ear, ready to learn. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. Get that next one. Proverbs 28. This Proverbs 28, verse 5. He that is a proud heart stirreth up strife. But he that putteth his trust in the Lord shall be made fat.
See, the guys that you see stirring up strife, that's because they got a proud heart. Because they think they better than everybody. They think they better than, well, they not better than their elders, the guys they look up to, but you're under them. If they got more authority, then you made up some made up authority, or you under them, or you ain't been in the truth as long as them, or you a affiliate brother, they got authority over you. That's that pride. I got authority over you. I've been out here longer. I can tell you what to do. My word means more than your word. Even if you're right, even if you are right, my word still means more. Because you can't talk to me like that because I'm in this position. You see what I'm saying? That's a proud. What did read? Can you read it again for me?
Yeah.
That's that pride.
He that is of a proud heart stirreth up strife.
Yep, stirred up strife because I'm the top guy on the earth. I'm the top leader. You know what I mean? This other camp that's bigger than me, you gonna start strife against them because who do Bishop Nate think he is? He learned from me.
Yeah, and that's something I was just gonna say, because when you touch on what you was touching on earlier about the elders giving they followers orders to call the police if okay I'm alone, but this is the same elder. These are the same elders who, whenever they get into it with another camp, what's the first thing they say? Oh, they came from us. They was part of us one time. They came from us. Or they did, they that. You see what I'm saying?
Pride.
So, yeah,
they came from us. We're the top camp. They came. We got 100% true. They came from. That's that pride, right? The elders not supposed to be in that position. The elders are supposed to be assisting the young man, not like super young man in the 20s, but like 30s, 35, 40s. The elders supposed to be assisting them. Hey, I'm an elder. I had my time. I was on fire. You know what I mean? These brothers got it now. I believe the Lord is walking with these brothers, and he got the spirit. Let me assist them. Not I'm some dictator sitting on the top, and I'm the top man. I'm the top dictator, and I tell everybody what to do. That's not how it's supposed to be. That's not the spirit the Lord came in, and that's why you see us still in captivity. You see us still got the curses on us, and you see all these camps going out of strife and members dropping off. Every day they get members dropping off from their camp. They lose and they shrinking. You see what I'm saying? So they just hanging on by a shred. You know what I mean? But the elders supposed to be assisting the young man. Look at the NBA, right? The older men are supposed to be helping the younger man get better and take over and pass the torch to them. You see what I'm saying? And then look at, I'm just giving you examples, you know what I mean? But that's how it works, bro. The elder man is supposed to be assisting the younger man, not trying to dictate over them. You see what I'm saying?
Verse 26, he that trusteth in his own heart is a fool, but whoso walketh wisely, he shall be delivered.
Right, so put your trust in the Lord. Don't be on there just making up shit. Cause I don't trust my own heart, call the police. Did the Lord ever say call the Roman authorities or call the authorities if somebody comes up talking about the truth? No. So why are we adding things and keep going, bro.
Verse 27, he that giveth unto the poor shall not lack, but he that hideth his eyes shall have many a curse.
Get that next piece, bro. That last one. I mean, we just give you ain't gonna like it, and I get it, because when I was worshiping dudes, I ain't like it either. And I get it. You ain't gonna accept it, you in denial. But it's the truth, man. The elder's supposed to assist the younger man, right? And you ain't supposed to hold grudges. And you ain't supposed to hate. And this thing is about unifying together. Because millions of Israelites gonna be saved.
This James 3, verse 14. But if ye have bitter envying and strife in your hearts, glory not, and lie not against the truth.
It said glory not. It says you got what? Bitter, envy, and strife. So it don't matter your reason why you got bitter, envy, and strife. The point is you ain't supposed to have bitter, envy, and strife. A lot of these guys are bitter. A lot of these guys got envy because this IUIC is a bigger camp. I'm just give you an example. Because other people got bigger camp, they got motion. So that has envy. And they not following me, but they following Nate. That's envy. They not gonna say it, but it is, And then strife. Everything you doing is out of strife. And you taught your followers how to do the same thing you do. They all sound the same out of strife.
Yeah, it's just always no matter how they try to word it or put it, even if they try to mix the scriptures in there with it, all you getting out of it is divide.
Strife at the end of the day. And the reason why, because that's what gets the views up. That's what get people coming to you. If you just sitting there teaching the truth all day, your views ain't gonna be like that. You see what I'm saying? That's what they don't like. If you just teaching, doing breakdowns, it gotta be that contention, teaching out of contention and out of strife. That's what gets the views of everybody to come to. And that's not a good thing. Brothers think that's a good thing because they page get more views, people on their comment board, you know what I mean? All they're doing is causing separation and fear. Because the people that look up to you, they gonna fear you now because I don't want to be the next guy to get exposed. It's no love there, bro. And that's just what it is. You got anything?
That's it.
All right, we're gonna leave it off there. We're gonna give our praises to
Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai Bahashem, Kakadas.